What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chase Something podcast, where each week I bring you tips, tactics, and strategies to help you live a better life. This week, I want to talk about limiting beliefs, which I've touched on before, but I want to go in a little more depth on this, okay? And so when you start to dream big in your life for what you think is possible for you, you are going to have people who project their limiting beliefs onto you. And it's not that you can't do it, it's that they think they can't do it, and so they want you to think the same thing. And it may not be out of spite or malice or anything like that. That person might truly care for you, and they just simply think that it's not possible. And that's just limited thinking. If you don't think big in your life, you're not going to get big things. The people who are successful, who are wealthy, who do have all of those amazing things, had these ridiculous goals, had these ridiculous beliefs that what they thought was possible for their life was possible. And they just kept walking in that direction regardless of what everybody else was saying. And that's why they're at where they're at. I heard Alex Hormozi say once that we don't show people who we are by shouting affirmations in the mirror. We show people who we are by stacking undeniable proof of who we are. And so when someone does project their limiting beliefs onto you, but you continue to progress and move forward and do those things that you said that you were going to do in life, what you're doing also is showing that person that maybe what they think isn't possible for their life turns out could be possible for their life. And so ironically, with you continuing to move forward, progressing, and realizing a worthy ideal, unknowingly, you're inspiring other people to do the same thing. And there's a huge benefit in that. So with you not having limited thinking, or I like to call it stinking thinking, you are creating momentum in your life. And momentum is a hard thing to stop. If you can imagine a train, right? It takes a lot for one of those things to get going. But once a train gets going, it's nearly impossible to stop. Anything in its path, it will blow through. And the same is true for your life. When you start to get momentum, and you have to keep the momentum, you will get through every obstacle, every adversity, every wall, every setback, every failure, and you will continue to push forward in your life. In fact, those things are the stepping stones to the successes that you're going to have in your life. And you will have times where those limited thoughts will come into your mind, where you will have do you really think you can do this? Man, I'm having this setback. I think today I'm going to give up. I'm done with this. But if you continue to push forward, on the other side is the better, best version of yourself, regardless of outside circumstance. This world will try so hard to shun you of the successes that you want in your life simply because they don't think that they can get them themselves. And if they can't get them, who are you to think that you can get them? Truth is, every single person on this planet has those gifts, has those abilities, has those talents. Everybody's got something inside of them singing, wanting to break free from the depths of everybody else's shackles, right? We are all being locked in by the words of other people, but our choices to listen or not listen to those is what dictates our lives, right? Your choices are the voices of your past, present, and future. And so if you choose to listen to someone's limiting beliefs, what you're doing is limiting yourself. You have now put a lid on the potentiality of your life being this huge, monumentous success, this vision that you see in your mind, because you allowed somebody outside of yourself to tell you what's possible for your life. And that's simply not acceptable. It's not acceptable for you, it's not acceptable for them, and it's not acceptable for me. It's a non-negotiable for me. I will not let anybody tell me what's possible for my life, because the only person that knows what's possible for my life is me. Now, everybody can tell us what they think is possible, again, for themselves, and, take it with a grain of salt. Sure, I understand that, but at the same time, you have to realize that, again, what they think isn't necessarily true. In fact, most people, what they think isn't true. There's a lot of times where I think that I can't do something, and then I turn around and I start doing it. I'm like, wow, I really can do this. Being an author was a great example of that. There were many times in the process of writing the book where we scrapped it. I was like, this just isn't possible. But life saw to it that we pushed through, that we gave it one more try, that we did one more read through, right? And that we published this book and became an author because I didn't allow my limited thinking to stop me in my tracks from where I was trying to go. I knew what I wanted, and I was willing to work through whatever adversity I needed to get through to get to where I wanted to go. And you have to do the same thing for your life. If you want to be an athlete and healthy, or you want, these crazy goals and ambitions and dreams, beautiful homes, houses, whatever it may be, you have to think unlike other people, right? And you have to almost be crazy, right? like as an entrepreneur, you really do have to have these crazy tendencies, because a lot of times we think, we're going to be super successful in business the first year, and it turns out that we're not. We think we're going to have these huge sales, and turns out we don't. And you have these ups and downs, the ups and downs, and the ebbs and flows, and people think you're crazy. But when you consistently produce, that's when you start to stack the undeniable proof rather than affirmations about who you are as an individual. And people catch that. They don't always hear what you do, but they do see what you do. And if you are out here doing what you said you were going to do, and there's proof of that, now they can, hey, you know what? I'm going to connect these two things together. He said he was going to do this. He took action towards it and started achieving it. Maybe I can go look at the things that I want to do in my life, start taking action towards them, and they'll meet and merge. And that is true, guys. You ultimately, how you think, will determine what you become in your life. Don't allow outside opinions, circumstances, or voices to tell you what's possible for your life, because the only one that can do that is you. I hope this helped you. I look forward to seeing you guys right back here next week at 10:30. Life's a marathon, not a sprint. Keep chasing. I'll see you at the finish line. Let's go.